Hi everyone, we've got Farzam here from Richmond Station. I thought it was an awesome opportunity, especially since I'm here to take some shots for Taste of Toronto, that this, I guess you've been known as the mad pastry
Sure.
boy genius, something along a mixture of those words. I guess he's here at Richmond Station, and he's actually done one particular dish. I don't know, Farzam, if you mind showing the viewers exactly what you have.
So this is something that we're planning to do at Taste. It's a simple funnel cake. We're starting with a little vanilla ice cream, and then we've got a few different sauces, fruit, cranberries. We're going to see what fruit we get when Taste comes around. We never know because we live in Ontario. But yeah, just simple, tasty, delicious. It's going to be out in the sun. Who doesn't want a funnel cake?
So tell me about the plating, because obviously at Taste it might not be a wooden plate, I'm assuming.
No, I think
What
we're
would your
getting,
challenges would be, do you think, in terms of service, or shouldn't be too much of an issue?
No, I don't think there's going to be any challenges. The board is definitely going to be a plate of some sort. And then it's just going to be topped off very, very Wonderland style. Like
Yeah.
we're playing it laid back, you know. We're serving burgers and
Yeah.
funnel cakes.
So is this something like tapping into something that you've always wanted on your funnel cakes? Because I can say that no carnival funnel cake looks number one like that, nor usually is that elaborate. So like you mentioned, you had a few items. I know that there might be some people tuning in right now. If you don't mind going through them again, what do you have on the plate?
There's a bit of vanilla ice cream. We've got some stewed cranberries, candied pecans. There's a little chocolate crumble with cocoa nibs, and then an apricot and rose puree. But yeah, it's just fresher flavors, you know, not, you know, saucing down with a bunch of chocolate. It's fruit. It keeps it lighter. I think it just keeps the sugar low as well, which is good when you're out in the sun. Like
Yeah.
having too much sugar just makes you feel sick and kind of heavy at the end.
Yeah. Well, I know that you were at Terroir recently, and you gave a talk that I thought was fantastic about not just, you know, what you're doing, but the importance of restaurants having a dedicated either pastry chef or
Yeah,
team. Like,
it's-
could you speak about that a little bit?
It's something that I definitely noticed growing up in the industry. The restaurants don't have pastry programs anymore. Like a lot of them just don't. They kind of just stopped affording, like being able to afford them. So they stopped hiring pastry chefs, and instead they just had the salad cook or the grand manger cook put out desserts, which has become a big trend. A lot of restaurants, when they open up to cut costs, they'll just do that. Which I think is fine. Like it depends on your business and how your business runs, definitely. But for me, I think a pastry program has a big part in a restaurant. Not only does it make the desserts, but you know it can also supply the bread. It can also have like a bigger part in the kitchen. I know that my desserts in this restaurant definitely influence on the way that people dine here. A lot of people do come back just for the desserts, or you know they'll come in just for dessert.
Which I guess is a great segue, because something's happening tomorrow. I don't know if all the
Yeah.
viewers are aware. I know that some of your diehard pastry fans have probably purchased their tickets way in advance.
Yeah.
But do tell us what's going on, because it sounds
So,
like it's the event that you don't want
Stranger
to
with
miss.
Candy is an exciting event that I started. At Richmond Station, we do a lot of fun events with different chefs, like Visa Infinity dinners. We did a Groundhog Day, and during these events, you know, it's one thing to put out delicious food, but it's another to get to hang out with the different chefs and really get to see the industry and see what else is happening out there. One thing that I noticed is that you never see that for pastry chefs. Like I don't know the pastry chefs in the city, and I've been here for 7 years now. So I thought it would be a great event to bring pastry chefs together. And the exciting thing about this is that we are going to have appetizers, we are going to have main courses, we are going to have desserts, but they will all be made, prepared, and designed by pastry chefs. So you'll see the different techniques, new ingredients, different ways of looking at things. Like on the last Stranger with Candy, I served oysters with chocolate bitters and truffle powder, or Sour Patch Kid mignonette, or serving hot soup with ice cream. There are those techniques that we use when we bake that we just apply to savory ingredients.
So how has that been? I mean, the first Stranger with Candy obviously did a few dishes or techniques that were not traditional or conventional. So how were those received? I'm assuming, you know, it's a wild new way to kind of look at this type of take on food. that's outside of what people would
the
traditionally
dishes that I
think?
did at that event, I would never put on like a restaurant's menu. Like I would never have them regularly.
Is there a reason why, or is it just
Simply because they're special. You know what I mean?
got
Like
it.
I wouldn't expect someone to come in and want ravioli with caramel sauce. Like that's just.
I'm like,
something
it
that-
sounds like a child's dream come true. So.
Right, like, and that's what we're playing on. Like,
Yeah.
you know, Stranger with Candy. It's all about taking things that you were familiar with when you were a kid and kind of making them a little grown up and being able to serve them in a dining room like this.
So who do you have joining you tomorrow?
Super excited. I'm gonna have Cora James here. She works at Luca. She also does her own thing called Dessert Bar.
Nice.
David Chow, which I think everyone knows for his chocolates, and then Ilya Herrera from Los Colibres. Super excited for Ilya to be here. I'm excited to see what ingredients, what techniques she brings in. She's got a very, very strong, very, very strong roots in Spanish cooking. Like she learned everything from her grandmother and her mother, and I think that's just so important.
So for those who are coming in, how many seats are? I guess there. It's all sold out. So how many guests?
I think
are-
we have a few seats left
Oh,
over.
so you're
Yeah.
hearing that here? If you're in Toronto and you're interested, there's still a couple seats left. And what's the details of the events? Like it's here at Richmond Station.
It's here at Richmond Station. It's going to start at 6:30. It's 7 courses for $70.
Wow.
We're also doing wine and drink pairings for $45. And yeah, it's going to be a fun night. The only trouble thing is that because it's a set menu, we can't accommodate to restrictions or allergies. We
Yeah.
can try.
Yeah.
Like nut allergies will be fine, but if you're vegetarian
Or I guess
you may
gluten
miss out.
intolerant, that would
yeah,
be
like
hard
you,
to-
you may miss out on a few courses simply because that's the only menu that we're doing. That's the only food that we're gonna have around really.
So does this mean that there's aspirations one day to maybe do a restaurant that
Definitely.
or dessert station or bar that's just
Definitely.
nice?
I'm planning it right now, just kind of designing it and figuring out the costs and going through the numbers, which is a
Wow.
really, really fun challenge.
Yeah.
I've never done the business side of things,
Yeah.
but here with Ryan, like sitting down and chatting with him, it's amazing because I'm learning a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely, I want to open up my own place and serve my food, like serve what I offer, and hopefully it'll take on.
But in the meantime, people can find you here at Richmond Station, either
day.
on a daily, or I guess almost daily basis, whenever you're opened for
Yeah.
your desserts, or this weekend for The Stranger with Candy, or stay tuned for the next installment if there is, whenever that might be. So,
Yeah, we haven't figured it out yet. We'll see how
no
the
pressure.
second one goes.
Okay, sounds it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yay.